Geos at the port of Abidjan, the new mercenaries from Paris installed in Côte d'Ivoire by Alassane Ouattara. Part 2 and End, Geos, a strategic tool of the DGSE to replace the French army and spy on Africa. To understand the problems of sovereignty and internal security posed by the management of the autonomous port of Abidjan by the Geos company, we need to know who Geos really is. Created in 1998 by Stéphane Girardin, a former member of the DGSE, the French Secret Services, this private military company specializes in risk management. A very innocent expression which hides activities ranging from military intelligence to electronic warfare, including the recruitment of fighters for theaters of war like Ukraine. Indeed, if we are to believe its LinkedIn account, since 2022, Geos has opened an office in Kiev to support Ukraine's war operations against Russia and participate in post-conflict reconstruction. It is therefore not a simple security company, it is a real extension of French strategic interests. And today, she sets down her bags in Abidjan, with the blessing of Alassane Ouattara. The choice of Côte d'Ivoire is not insignificant. Côte d'Ivoire is a strategic economic crossroads for France and a strategic pillar for French military diplomacy. Indeed, our country is the gateway to the Sahel, and in particular to Mali and Burkina Faso, two countries which have freed themselves from French influence. The French army left Ouagadougou, but Geos replaced it. Thus, officially, faced with the growing rejection of its troops, Paris is reducing its military presence in Africa, but in the shadows, structures like Geos are taking over. Mercenaries disguised as security agents, ready to defend French interests at all costs. This is the face of the people to whom Alassane Ouattara gave management of the port of Abidjan, the economic heart of Côte d'Ivoire. A gentle and obedient valet, servile and malleable at will, this man without dignity, delights in his role as perfect executioner, who sells out the sovereignty of his country to please his masters. The same Ouattara who violently criticized Mali, when it was said that the Russian private military company Wagner was working in this country, is the same one who is opening wide the doors of Côte d'Ivoire to another mercenary company, Geos. What irony! It is time for us to open our eyes. Geos is not in Côte d'Ivoire to secure the port of Abidjan. For more than 60 years, this vital economic tool has been secured by the Port Gendarmerie and the Paracommandos of the National Gendarmerie. Today, for obscure reasons, Alassane Ouattara is putting them aside and replacing them with a company of French mercenaries. They control the port today, but what else do they control that we are not told? The presidential palace? Presidential trips? The presidential family? Do they have a specialist exfiltration team on site in case things go south for Ouattara and his clan? Are these people a private army for the Ouattara, which they pay with revenues from the port of Abidjan? Chris Yapi is categorical. Geos, under its guise as a security agency company, is a Trojan horse for the DGSE, which uses it to obtain strategic intelligence on Côte d'Ivoire, to control the leaders, to secure the family of Alassane Ouattara and in the process take control of the income from the port of Abidjan. The question that Chris Yapi asks himself is the following: when will the Ivorians open their eyes to understand that Alassane Ouattara is nothing other than the valet of France, in the service of France and secured by mercenaries French, to allow him to pillage our country, with complete impunity? Chris Yapi does not lie. Find Chris Yapi on his two YouTube channels, his Rumble channel, his TikTok, X, Instagram, VK and Threads accounts.